Oh my gosh! They always ride up. Wait, can you see them
She
now?
said, I don't know if you care.
No, it's important
But
that it look like I have on
We
pants.
can't see your pants. I feel like
I'm
we
a
should
girl
just-
that enjoys pants.
I think we
not
should
pants
just call
like that.
the episode. I think that should be the episode.
What? I don't know if you care about your pants.
I don't know if you can care, but we can't see your pants.
Yeah, that's a long title. We'll figure it
We'll
out.
figure it out.
We'll mash it down. Oh, that's important
Come on,
because my
yo.
pants always be riding up.
Come on, riding up. It's because you thick with 2 C's now. You can't.
I am thick.
Come on, thick.
Like
kid.
now, like are you saying like I'm thick? Like I got bigger, or like what are you saying?
I literally said
That I'm
you
I'm
thick.
fine. That's right.
The
Okay.
fuck? I can't stand it here, y'all. Welcome back to Black in the City, where she be trying to, trip me up and stuff.
Right,
but
where she tries to backstab me by putting other people as her screensaver.
listen, we're not gonna start.
We're not going to do that.
We're
So we're not going to
the
start.
shit.
We're not going to start that. Hopefully, you've been washing your filthy mouth out with Spotlight body care soaps and such, because it is
That's who
high
this episode
time.
Brought to us by.
This episode is brought to us by Spotlight Body Care. Hopefully you've gotten yours using our discount code BITC25 to get 25% off your order until Halloween. It's going to be a great time.
You old spooky bitch. That's
Yes,
crazy.
I am spooky. That is me. And I like to keep myself clean, unlike others, and use Spotlight Body Care. So go to www.spotlightbodycare.com and also follow them on Instagram. That's it.
I can't take
That's
it if you
the
ever
ad.
look at me with empty eyes like that again. She said, I'm like, I hate it here.
Should wash your mouth
Y'all,
out
you
with
are,
soap.
she is so silly. I do not care. It is hella winter in Seattle now, so it is hella dark and gray. And
How
is
did you just go?
spooky
Where's
season,
fall?
But I know there is no fall, and I'm very upset about it because I enjoyed the fall. But Seattle said, y'all not going to get it. So here we are, suffering in the dark. But Sierra, there are 2 very important things that we're supposed to shout out this month. So tell the people.
Speaking of titties,
Yes.
it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So that
no one
means
was talking about titties, but yes.
yes,
Let's talk about them.
they're always on your mind, top of the mind, top of the milk.
So silly. Yes, breast cancer.
But yes,
awareness.
breast cancer awareness is very important for you to get checked. Some of those exams, are not my favorite because they can be a little bit uncomfortable. But it's very important for you to check and get early detection if possible.
Yes.
And we know that when cancer hits our communities, it usually hits in a very aggressive form. So the earlier you can be informed about that and know what's going on with your body, the better, so that you can combat it and hopefully help your family as well. And also, I would like to say men can also get breast cancer too, so don't count that out either. Go get your boobies checked.
Absolutely. And I would just, before you call it the next one, I would just like the record to show that I, as a woman, am upset that all of the tests that we have for things are like the most invasive and most painful. I don't know why that is. I feel like it's the patriarchy, but like why are mastectomies so brutal? Not mastectomies. What do you call them? Wow. Mammograms. Jeez
Mammogram,
Louise.
if you
Mastectomy is not the right
grabbing your
thing. That
breast.
is different. I had to touch boobies to think about the boobies, but mammograms are like so aggressive.
They're
like,
pretty
they're
hard.
like really harsh. Like getting pap smears and things for women is like hella invasive, and I just like don't understand that. Why all our tests got to be just extra terrible? I don't know. Still get them anyway, but
Right.
that always makes me mad when I think about it.
That's a real thing. Absolutely. I totally agree. And you can also, when you're in the shower, you can also do a self-check.
Yes, you can.
By, raising your arm up. You want to make sure that your arm is up.
Yes,
and then
educate
you're-
us, girl.
And then you are checking, for lumps all through the breast and such. Wow.
For those of you who are not watching but are listening on audio, please go and look at the video and make sure that you learn the proper form from Sierra. She's giving us some.
Yeah.
She knows how.
Check the boobies.
Both of them.
Both of them. Yep, both sides. Anyway,
Love it. Tell us what else we're thinking about this month.
also we know that it is also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. With that, I don't have the numbers in front of me at this moment, but I do know that in King County, where we are, a lot of the domestic violence cases have just about doubled.
Mm-hmm.
In terms of with quarantine going on and also deaths. have increased because, people are at home more, and, just more chances for abuse to take place. If you know anyone that is, in need, or needs resources or anything of that nature, make sure that you can get the proper resources for those people and encourage them to get help, because there is help out there. Although it is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, we also want to be clear that there's also emotional abuse, there's also verbal abuse, mental abuse that takes place as well. Financial abuse. And so you might not always be getting physically abused, but there's other ways that you can be abused as well. And so know the signs and reach out.
Absolutely. And also, all of y'all, we be seeing on the interwebs and the people's comments telling women that they should just leave, or men or women, because men can also be abused, but telling people that they should just leave and just, it's whatever and it's all up to you. Of course, there's personal responsibility for taking action, but it is never any person's fault or responsibility. It is always on the abuser. And so remember also that the statistics double or almost triple in some states when women make decisions and plans to leave. That is when they are at 2 to 3 times the risk for being murdered by their partner.
Right.
So it is not just a game to just say, just leave and that's it. Women are more at risk, or victims are more at risk for deciding to leave and deciding to take action. So there's a lot more nuance involved in these situations, and we can't pass judgment. And I've just seen a lot of that this week. Even a video going around that was supposed to be a good video about domestic violence, about a woman. And I think it came from an African country or an African community in Britain, but I can't remember. But anyway, it was like all the things of her getting abused by her partner, and at the end, essentially, she was murdered by her partner in the ad. But the language was like, if I had just left earlier, like I'd be here. And it's like, so we went through this whole commercial for y'all to then be like, it's her fault,
right?
Like that she was getting beat up. No, I'm not aligned to that. So I would just love to just make sure we throw that tidbit in there. We don't victim blame. And there's far more risk involved than we would care to admit, or that is often admitted. So,
right. Hardest thing to do is to leave. Yes. And we would also like to leave you with the National Domestic Violence Hotline. Number is 1-800-799-SAFE. And that is 1-800-799-7233. So there's that for you.
We love it. Let me shake your hand. Teamwork makes the dream work. We love to see it.
Yes.
All right, kids. Let's do our weekend recap, and we're gonna
let's do the weekend recap of betrayal.
Okay, you first, because I know I have a lot to say.
Oh yeah, you're saying me first because I was hella domestic. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, absolutely.
You disrespected me across country lines, huh?
Absolutely. You had a regular weekend, so you have to go first.
Oh, you just called me a lab. You just called me a local ass bitch.
I did.
Roof. I'm a dog. I can't even believe. It's okay because one day.
Well, go on.
One day you're gonna be at home eating ramen noodles
Ew,
while I am out in the sun.
You just did that. You went to Vegas
while I am across country lines, bathing and turning into a crispy little black nugget.
Yes.
So
you know what? We love a little nugget.
Yeah, I love nuggets. I love a nugget.
So stupid.
Let me talk about my lab weekend. So, I hate you so much. What did I do for real?
Look, you know, he was local.
I hate you. You're dirty. What did I do on Friday? This is rough.
That's no. Funny. It's usually me that doesn't know.
No, I really don't even remember what I did on Friday per se. I think I might have kicked it a little bit. Did I kick it? I kicked it.
I know what she did, Jordan.
Yeah, I did. I went. So check this out. Check me out. Don't hate because I always got stuff to do. Okay, keep it classy, little nasty.
You do
okay,
stay booked and busy.
So anyway, I went to the Northwest Naturals drive-through type situation, and it was. I went in. We got some goodie bags. That was cute.
Yeah.
And then they had a food truck outside. They had a food truck outside. The food truck was bomb. So it was Rain City Catering. It was really good. I got some sweet heat wings. We had some these chicken and waffle kebabs that were just fried to a crisp, just enough syrup. Okay,
love it.
We had some potato salad. We had mac and cheese. It was just a big girl's dream, and so it was just very nice. And then I was
It was
so
a big girl's
satisfied.
dream.
We had some peach cobbler as well.
Oh, I love peach cobbler.
Yeah, and then I was with my best friend and we just like drove around all day. Like we were just like kicking it, just driving around, and then we went and had some libations, and then we chilled and watched some weird animated short on the own television. And we watched Oprah and like fell asleep, very coma like.
Uh.
Then on Sunday, what I do? What to do? Oh, Sunday, I did
Yes.
nothing. I did do stuff. I went in and I scrubbed my bathroom because,
It needed
cleanliness is next to godliness. So
Yes,
I
it
did
was.
that. Oh, and I washed my tub. That was very nice. And then I cooked. I was very pleased with what I cooked. It was so
What was
good. Okay, so I
some
made
more chili.
No, actually, I made chili last week, and then I just froze what I didn't use. You know how that goes
Yeah.
when you're
yeah.
domesticated. And so what I did was I like just made like some sticky wings with like a special sweet heat sauce that I just kind of like, did
Mhm.
my own thing with. And then I made a white rice. Yes, it was great.
Yes.
And then I made this like, you've had fried cabbage before, right?
Had fried cabbage. Before?
Fried cabbage, yeah.
Not you mean like actually like breaded and fried? Or you
No,
just mean,
like in the
sautéed, like
sauteed.
Oh
like
yeah,
that.
cooked,
Yeah.
like cooked cabbage. Yeah. Well, you said
Fried cabbage.
You said fried.
because
fried
you're putting
means
oil in there.
No, you
That's what
sauteed it
it's
in the
called.
pan.
Nope. Okay, you're not gonna do this. Anyway, so I treated it
I'm
like
just
it was
saying.
fried
I'm just saying.
cabbage. I treated it like it was in my house. We call it fried cabbage.
All right.
So anyway, so I treated it like it was fried cabbage, and I instead used Brussels sprouts, shaved Brussels
Bust
sprouts
down.
from
Come on,
Trader Joe's.
shaved.
Yeah, because I
Yeah.
don't like Brussels sprouts for real. Like the
they'd be
fact that they're
good.
like a little cabbage ball really actually gives me
The
anxiety.
bacon wrap ones be busting though.
I don't really fool with it because it's like aftertaste. So I did that and I put some colorful bell peppers in, some white onion,
Yes,
some
colorful.
garlic, some
Yes.
different seasonings
Some
because I do
white
my thing.
onion.
Yes, and I sautéed that so well.
Well, you see, she said sauteed, not fried, right?
Shut up! I fried it so
I'm
well.
just saying.
Hey,
she said
hey,
sauteed.
hey, cool down, ass clown. Okay, it's too much going on. But yeah, it was really good. I was really pleased, and I used some pancetta to get
Yes,
get the flavoring
You
off of it.
Stay in Trader Joe's. That's crazy.
Yeah, I love it. So
I
I
love
gotta love it. And I
pancetta.
also rewarded myself with a lemon bar and some white wine.
Just one lemon bar or how many? Because
I mean, I've had them for about a week. They're gone. They're gone. But I figure if you eat like 2, you've eaten 1, right?
basically you did. 'Cause
So
they're
technically,
so
there's
small.
only 8 in the box. It was me. I ate the lemon bars. Bro, I'm going to do some sit-ups tonight for my sins. I'm
so funny.
wicked.
I can't take it. I'm sorry, y'all. She's so silly. I had to ask because those lemon bars from Trader Joe's, if you haven't
Oh,
had
the
them,
new
they're
recipe?
so good, but they're like these mini little guys, and like when you just have to eat at least 2 at a time. You gotta like
You can't help it. Maybe 3.
You have to, so they disappear so fast.
Bruh, but there's a
So-
new recipe out because they got discontinued for a second. Now there's
Stop
a new
it.
recipe and it's more
You lied.
buttery.
You
And then
lied.
you got to pop it into the microwave for
Nah,
about
you
10
lying.
seconds.
You lying.
Literally, you can't do more than 10
'cause that shit
seconds.
will be melted.
Yeah, and then it's just the perfect. It's
Oh
not
my
too
God.
hot, not too cold. It just melts in your mouth like
Say less. I'm going.
riboflavin. Yeah.
Ew, riboflavin?
Yep.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I can't. Okay, my turn. This weekend.
Yeah,
I
tell us
was
about your boring ass
international.
weekend. We go ahead.
It wasn't boring because you all saw it and it was so glorious.
Yeah,
So-
you were really showing out. Let me just say that. Let me stop you before you start.
Hold on. What I
First
do?
of all, Makita want to talk about me. All
I
I
do?
saw was cheek. I was like, peach. I was going to repost you, but I was like, I don't know. I don't want to make anybody mad. But, really, I was like, you were really out here cheeked up, caked up. There was a lot going
What else
on.
am I in the gym for?
Yeah, you definitely been on that bike. If anybody's been on that bike, you've been on it.
Let me shake your hand.
Yeah, we seen you. We saw the evidence. But I looked at my story. It was probably after I got done with prayer. And I looked at my story. Unbeknownst to me,
Uh-huh.
Makita was there trying to wear godly colors on demon time. I was like, bro, she is caked up, dripped
Okay,
up, and draped out. Okay. Talk about me.
but listen.
Okay,
Okay,
go ahead and explain your
this
sins.
weekend was awesome.
Come on,
It
awesome.
was awesome. It was so needed. I was feeling very ready to get away. Right, like I just had to
Right.
get up out of here. I needed some
Uh-huh.
sunshine. I was ready to go. We were going to go to Tulum, but there was a hurricane, and then the weather was supposed to be rainy, and we were like, no, we need sunshine, so we went to Cabo instead. It was
Right.
great.
Tough choice.
I know, right?
Right.
We stayed the first 3 days in a villa, like an Airbnb, and then we switched, and that was awesome. So let me just start and say Mexico is shitting on America in terms of everything fucking COVID. I mean, I'm like a big cleanliness person, and even their airport is like stupid clean. Every time I went to a bathroom when I was there, like different restaurants, like we went to local restaurants, like resorty restaurants, even the most like local hole in the walls that we went to, their bathrooms were so pristine in comparison to the kind of shit that we see here. And we have the audacity to be shitting on Mexico and saying whatever people say. And I'm like, literally, we have nothing to say.
We
Everywhere
are
we went,
filthy rags.
literally so gross. And then we had everywhere you went, like whether it was grocery stores, everyone was not only wearing masks, but they had these like high tech. I hate you, Sierra. They had these high tech little like video things set up. I don't know how to describe them, but they're like on stands. But it literally like scans your face, your temperature, like hand sanitizer, all the things you need. You need a
Cheeks.
mask. They're giving them to you. All the things, and it was insanely like they were put together for COVID. It was not a game. The hotels gave you face masks if you didn't have them. Like they were on point. So I felt very safe for all of you who wanted to know about what it was like traveling with COVID. It was perfectly fine. Mexico's doing miles better than we are by far. So like that's like not even part of the conversation. It's also amazing because it's like dirt cheap to do all the amazing things. So when we were there, we got to celebrate. We had a bartender, like a private bartender at the villa for like 3 hours. It cost us $30 to do that. We got
Wow.
massages like to our villa, like to our Airbnb. It was $75 each for like a deep tissue, like Swedish massage for $75 for them to come to us. And we did it right by the pool. They had the tables, everything set up. They brought their own music. They had a little boom box. So we still had all like the relaxing spa music for $75. You can't even do that here by going to the place.
Right. But
Like,
you got to
you
get you a Groupon.
Like on group, right? But like barely you can do that. I'd be getting massage on Groupon too. So
$40.
Hello.
Yeah.
Like
You
it was
could.
so
There's
great.
a little spot downtown that I seen. You could really. It looked like one of them spots, but you could really make something happen in there. One of them happy in the situation.
Hell no.
$100 might get you a little something.
Stop
something.
it. She's gross.
Might come out with that pappy. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, but what else you guys do? I saw you guys were
stupid.
eating food.
We had a private chef and it was awesome.
All right, light day.
It was amazing. We had it for dinner and we had it literally for a 3-course meal, including like drinks. So they like alcohol, appetizer, dinner, dessert, and they had like 4 or 5 people on staff, and it was just us 3. It cost us $175 total.
Total. Shut your mouth,
Total.
Willis.
Total. For all of that, we were like, what? Like had leftovers. They left stuff. Like there was things left behind that we were able to eat for $175. Like this shit is like it was.
And you are here to tell the story.
There was like no reason why like not to just live your best life. And then we went to the beaches and stuff were open, so we did go to some different local, taquerias and all the things. I would like to call out that my working Spanish is so very good because I was absolutely team translator and was able to make it shake the entire trip because I know enough Spanish for that, and I felt very proud, and I needed to say that out loud that I'm excellent, and I just wanted to leave that there. Just leave that. I kept getting complimented on my Spanish. They'd be like, oh, okay. And I was like, no, just a little bit. But they were like, oh, yo, accent's on fleek. You got it. Like,
well, yo quiero.
thank you. Hey, okay.
Yeah, blase,
All right.
blase. Yeah.
Okay. But then we went and stayed at the Viceroy Hotel, and I would just love to put it out here for anybody. And I know it's free advertising for them, and they're not paying me for it, but I just have to gas up anywhere that that's so amazing. It's worth your time. You might as well do it. There was not that many people there. It was maybe at like 10% capacity. So it really was like us and like we probably saw a total of maybe 15 to 20 other people in the entire resort, like rotating. That makes sense. Like, when you see people, like it's the same people we've been seeing. Like there's not that many people that were there. And it was insane, like water, like ocean right outside of our room. They came, they cleaned like in minutes. We were just sitting there and she was like, I'm just going to clean. We are like, okay, we just going to sit over here and enjoy our lives. We're going to turn the room over, do other things. The food was awesome. We went to a bunch of different really good resort restaurants, and I cannot communicate to y'all how good the seafood is there. I mean, in most places that have ocean, it's good here in Seattle too, but like being able to get lobster and all kinds of things for like $20 or less is like, why not? You've got
Why
to.
not?
It was all great. I am fabulously tan and feeling refreshed, and it was miserable to come back to Seattle yesterday. I'm not going to lie, because I got, back from 90 degrees, perfect weather, infinity pools, and all the things that you want right into the gray rain that Seattle is right now. So, whatever.
Poor
America's
thing.
ghetto, but it was worth it. And I'm, in the words of Kia, she's ready to sell her things and go back. So I told her when she's ready, let's just go. Let's just sell it all. Let's just get out of here.
Might as well. You can work from anywhere at this point.
Honestly, bro, we hung out with, shout out to B. We hung out with Brandon. He was there. He's been there for a couple of weeks, just chilling.
Really?
Working. He was just minding his business. We met him for dinner. He was just
nice.
working. Like, it was so cute and fun.
That's so nice.
So it was great. I loved it. And also one more shout out to Kia for all the thirst traps that Sierra's talking about that I was dropping.
My Kia is the photographer.
No. We took the photos on our own. She taught me how to use the self-timing function on the phone. So
that's
took
why you was acting up.
Right.
Wow.
You can use your Apple Watch for it, kids. If you didn't know, it has changed my entire life.
You didn't know that.
I knew that you could use self-timer, but I never did it because I'm like, I got to press the thing on the screen.
And no, you can do it from your watch.
I didn't know you could do it from your watch. And so Kia told us that. And then we were just in there having a photo shoot, but each of us minding our business because we didn't need each other to do it. So we was just living our best lives, taking photos. We had to capture the moments. I have no regrets at all. So I just have to tell you, Cabo's awesome.
Me either.
Mexico's awesome. And America is ghetto. That's it. That's all I have.
Those wings were awesome.
Those are my... key takeaways from my weekend abroad. What else you got to say? You gonna shit on me some more? We gonna keep it rocking.
You decided to come back on the other side, not be a traitor.
Listen, Linda.
Went away for a weekend and now you don't know who you are. Huh?
I do know who I am. I just want to live somewhere better.
You keep running. We should have cake. You've exhausted me with your shenanigans.
Oh, cake before our next segment? All right.
Come on. Do the segment.
Do the segment?
Yeah, do the segment.
You want to do cake in between our next segment?
Well, you've done enough cake for all of us.
Hey,
so
you're welcome. You're welcome.
I guess I'll retire my cheeks. But yeah, let's get into it. Let's talk about what's going on in this little paper that you have. I just want to say that I am so excited because this weekend I got my voter's ballot. Yeah, I'm so excited.
Me too. I got mine delivered.
I've been waiting for it because I thought they were gonna mess. Because I feel like this election, they're really pressing us more than any other election ever. Like I don't know who these mother effers that keep texting me. I don't have $5, Joe Biden. Go away.
But they keep texting, and I get them from my sister too. They'll be like, Hadia, have you? I'll be like, first of all, bitch, it's not me no more.
Right. You got the wrong facial recognition.
Not the right person, so I'm going to need y'all to get out of here. So I'm getting double the text for both me and her to my phone. That's crazy.
It's disgusting, bro. But I was really excited about it because I thought that they were going to try to sabotage me this election.
No,
you know how the man does, bro.
They said that in Washington, if you're listening and you live here in Seattle like we do, you should already have your ballot. If you don't have your ballot, I will give you a number for you to be able to call in a minute. But it does say, so what I have here, if y'all aren't watching and you're listening, in the mail, everybody gets them. We get them in Colorado too, so I'm pretty positive. I'm going to make the leap. This is not a research leap, but I'm going to assume that every state has them because we get them delivered in Colorado too. So I hope that you also get them in your state. But it is called the Voters Pamphlet for the general election on November 3rd, okay? In Washington, you should already have your ballot. If it isn't in your mail, it says ballot to be mailed to voters by October 16th. That date has already passed. So if you don't see your ballot in the next day or two, you should probably give them a call at 800-448-4881 or go to sos.wa.gov to make sure that you get your ballot or that you are able to locate where you need to go in order to vote in person, whatever the remedy might be. But make sure you don't loaf, okay? But this voters pamphlet is the only thing I'm going to talk about in politics today. And it's for a variety of reasons. One, we've got it's almost 2 weeks exactly. Tomorrow will be exactly 2 weeks to the election, so about 15 days out. I did see a tweet that said everybody keeps saying, it's 15 days until the election. And they were like, no, it's 15 days till the election is over, which is like the best way to think about it. You have 15 more days to cast your vote. You have 15 more days to make a difference in what our world will look like for the next 4 years. Like the election it's almost over. It's not starting. It's almost done. Over 200, I think over like 1.5 million people have already cast their vote. Like the election has started, which is also why the confirmations of Amy, whatever her name is really just ridiculous to me that they were doing that all last week, because the election has clearly already started. So this makes it even more egregious of a violation on the Republicans' part. But you have the power to make a difference for not only our entire country at large, but for the community that you live in. And for a lot of people who choose not to vote, a lot of their argument is that, well, these elections don't matter. It's about local government. And like, to those folks who that's your argument, this voter pamphlet is the power that you have to change your local government as well.
Right. And that's
like,
really
we're
what
not
matters
just
too.
Right. There's not one name. It's not like you're going, your ballot has only the president on it. You have a billion things else that you need to know about for you to vote and be smart about it, right? No one wants to tell you, and I've said it before, I'm not here to tell anybody how they should vote. I only feel compelled to make sure that you do vote, because that is your right to do so. And as most of our people who listen to us are Black, like people fought and died for your right to vote.
Right.
And it just bewilders me that people think that it is, fun and games to say that you don't vote. You sound stupid. You sound dumb. And I will stand by it. Argue with your mama. If you don't vote, you sound stupid.
Right. You need to be part of it. And like, this is the one that really, I mean, they all matter. Yes. But after we lost the last election,
our world has changed.
Like,
and if you think it
crazy.
hasn't, your head is in the sand.
Yeah, you can't, vote. Okay,
we literally have
vote. We do this every year.
Public servant like Dr. Fauci, who can't go out for walks or can't go on a run without a security detail because people are literally threatening his life. He's a fucking scientist. I have never, and he served under 4 presidents. He's never been threatened by telling people what is real and true, because we trust science, and people are now putting out credible threats to him where he has to have actual security detail and not just like regular fucking bodyguards. He's got real deal, like federal people protecting him. It just really grinds my gears, but that's not what I'm here to tell you. I haven't looked into this voters pamphlet very much. I'm going to read you a piece of it, but I am going to do my due diligence, at least for Washington, because that's where I vote. So for all of you Colorado folks and people from elsewhere, I'm very sorry that I won't be able to run you through the propositions and measures in your state, but I will do that for Washington. So next week, I will absolutely rattle through some things that I think are important to call out, other things that I think are important, or how I will absolutely share how I will vote, because I'm happy to be transparent. And we'll talk about those things next week when I am actually able to do my due diligence. But I do want to tell you.
Thank you so much, Soledad O'Brien.
You're welcome.
So
I love her. She followed me on Twitter. I love that.
Oh, did she? Oh my gosh.
She does. I don't know. She probably doesn't like seeing the things that I retweet, but that is okay.
Oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Okay, I want to tell you what's in this pamphlet, and then we'll move it right along. Next week, we'll get into the weeds with it. But on the first page, it tells you, how do I register to vote, right? Where do you go? What do you do? When's the, deadlines? How do you change it if you've moved? There are critical things in there. But the first things I want to do, it tells you how to cast your ballot, all the things that are like operationally relevant to, the election. But I do want to say, I want to read it to you. So under each of the candidates for election, whether it is presidential election, they've got senators, the governors are in here, all kinds of people, representatives as well, and they all have statements about what they care about, what they intend to do, and why you should vote for them. And so in the Washington state one, on page 28 is where the statements start, and it starts with the presidential choices. And I want to just read to you the statement from Donald Trump or Donald Trump's camp. And the reason I want to read it is because and Sierra can tell you, I was really like laughing out loud when I read it, because it's like, it is very insane to me that these are like words that are actually written, and it is terrifying. And if you're not afraid,
about your president.
Yeah. If you're not afraid, or if you're not compelled to action, I just like I don't think there's anything that I could say or anybody else could say to compel you to be moved to action. But like, and for us Black folks, they're talking directly to us. So it's basically just a bunch of dog whistles. So I'm going to read it.
Read the
All
dog
right, here's
whistles.
a statement. It says, what's that, a dog whistle?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's
funny.
the president is a puppy, isn't he?
No, puppies are cute. Don't put that
Oh,
on
yeah. Sorry. He is
not that.
He is a tumbleweed. That is it.
With a sprayed tan. Okay.
With a tumbleweed that is burnt.
It says, this is a statement. It says, 4 years ago, President Donald J. Trump ran on a promise to put America first, and he has kept that promise. All right. You know, I'm not going to give you guys any any narrative. I'm sorry. Uh, President Trump fought the establishment to lower taxes for hardworking middle-class families, create better trade deals that stop the offshoring of American jobs, and rebuild our military. President Trump stands by his oath to defend and protect the American people. That's why, as your president, Donald J. Trump has stood up to the radical left that would defund our police, allow our cities to devolve into lawless zones, and make our families less safe. Washington, he's talking directly to us. He says lawless zones like CHOP, Chaz, or whatever the radical left wants to call them cannot be allowed to happen again. And President Trump stands committed to stopping them. These are not peaceful gatherings of protesters. They are a hotbed of crime, promoting the wanton destruction of our homes, our businesses, and innocent lives.
Come on, wanton.
That is why President Trump stands proudly with our law enforcement who day in and day out put their lives on the line to keep our families and our children safe from dangerous criminals. Our men and women in blue deserve a president that has their back, who will work with them to make sure criminals are brought to justice, and not someone that would side with the rioters that burn our buildings and destroy our communities. As your president, Donald J. Trump will continue to deliver on his promise to make America great again by holding China accountable for the virus they unleashed upon the world. We can and we will defeat the invisible enemy so we can continue the economic prosperity that Donald Trump delivered when he was elected. Vote to put America first and to make America great again. Vote Donald J. Trump for president. Now, okay,
Sounds like a great poem.
I hope y'all heard what I heard reading that, right?
I heard
like
it.
He, first and foremost, flat out just, and to Sierra's words, you know, he just rubbed his balls on the face of Black Lives Matter, basically.
He literally did.
Like, he talked directly to Black people. He talked directly to us. He talked directly to what was happening this summer and said, I don't give a fuck. That's what he said. He said police matter. He called us criminals. He called us lawless and dangerous. He said that we are the people that are destroying our country. He looked directly at Black people, and that is what he said. He is talking about us when we know for a fact that the people that burn buildings down are not us, right? It is Proud Boys. It is people who don't look like us, who take the opportunity to cause harm and destruction and create mayhem because they know that it will be Black people that take the rap for the shit that they're doing. That is exactly what he's saying. That's where the dog whistles come in, right? Then after he spends an entire year saying that a virus does not exist, calling it the Chinese virus, when you knew what was happening, you sat on the information, and now over how many people have died? 200,000 people have died
like
here.
Blatantly racist.
And you said it doesn't, and he said to us it doesn't exist, but you will call it out and say that you're going to hold China accountable for the virus that they sent to us. But I thought it wasn't real. But now that you have it, it's real, and it also has given you extra powers now that you've beat it. Like, I don't...
He is literally doing meth. Like, there's no way. There's no way.
It is comical.
Now he's super bionic. He's supersonic from the coronavirus. I'm over it. I'm tired.
It is terrifying. And I read that because I'm not even... it's not important to me to read what Joe Biden and whatever his statement is. And the reason for that is that our only goal, our only solitary goal, there should only be one goal, is to have anybody but this man for president. I'm not saying I'm convinced that Joe Biden is the best choice because Elizabeth Warren had my absolute vote.
Right.
Right? Joe Biden was not my choice, but my choice is anybody who is not Donald Trump. When you can write a statement going to the American people that is in direct conflict with what I stand for, but what our country stands for, what we stand for as a community in general, most good people are not aligned to this messaging. Most good people want a world that is fair for all. I would love to go back to a space when politics was not about my rights to live and exist. I would like to be able to have actual partisan conversations. Like, I know about things that are policy, right? Things that are actually relevant policy decisions, not public health and science and the climate crisis and things that are just not rocket science, but are being politicized because we have a leader of the free world who thinks that this is a reality show when it's us that are dying, right? He got to say that this virus doesn't exist because he knew that he would have 24-hour care if he caught it. And he did. He caught it, and he still went to a rally and spread it and created a super spreader event in the White House because he convinced people that it didn't matter to wear a mask. He mocked people for wearing a mask, and then it was his own staff got sick, and he got the top health, top health care in the world on our dime, on the taxpayers' dime, but then told us that we didn't matter, and all of our family members and people that we know are the ones getting sick and are the ones that are dying. And that's what you should be voting about. That is what you should care about. So next week I will talk to y'all about what's actually in this pamphlet. I would love to help answer questions that y'all might have and be a resource, because as our colleagues and team here right in the room have called out, it's very hard to know where to start, right? There are also a lot of new voters. We even have one in the room who are not sure, where do you start? Where do you look? What do you do?
Right.
And I'm happy to help be a resource to start that conversation. But the key really is to read. You have to pay attention, and you have to read for yourself. Listen to me if you would like to, but then take what I say and decide for yourself. Like I said, and I'll say it again before I stop talking, is that I am not here to tell you who to vote for, how to vote. I think we all can just be aligned and say we need anybody but Donald Trump. So I'll tell you how to vote for that. But all the other things matter, right? Whatever community you're in, you have different care abouts than I do. And it's your job to vote for people who represent you and what you care about. And that is the power that you have. And it's not a game. Don't take it lightly. Please read and vote. And cast your ballot. Do not necessarily wait. If you can drive and drop it off. Oh, that was the last thing I wanted to say.
Get some early voting in if you can.
Okay, that was the last thing I wanted to share.
Absolutely.
So if you're in Washington, okay, so these are the important dates that are coming up, because what is it, the 19th or something like that? Today is the 19th?
Yes,
okay, great. I don't have my watch on, so I don't know. So, important dates here in Washington. Yeah, I don't have it on, so I couldn't check.
I don't know the time.
It says the day on there. Shut up.
It does not.
Yes,
it says the time.
Oh, you have a different thing than I do.
Yeah,
Sorry, I'm distracted. That's my bad.
Yeah, that's you. That's your fault for messing up the day.
Important date, okay? If you're in Washington, October 26th is the deadline to register to vote online, or for mailed voter registration to be received, okay? So make sure you are registered to vote.
Make sure you get that ballot in a box.
Absolutely. October 27th is the day that USPS recommends mailing your ballot in. So that's a week before election date. And please do not believe the hype. Okay, USPS is perfectly safe. If you are not in a space where you can drive and drop your ballot off in a ballot box, it is safe to mail it. Just please make sure you do so before October 27th. All right. Obviously, November 3rd is election day. So it is a deadline to vote, register, or update your information in person at a voting center by 8 p.m. It's obviously election day, and so it's a deadline for your ballot to be postmarked. So it must be mailed by that day, and the ballot boxes are open until 8 p.m. on election day, okay? So those are the things that I wanted to tell you guys to make sure that I remind you to vote, plead with you to vote, but most importantly, educate yourself so you can cast your vote. There are senators up for election, the attorney general. You care about policy and how in the laws and how they're enforced to our communities. The attorney general does that. There are judges that are all up for being reelected or, elected out, right? We can decide who we want to represent us, and it's not just in Congress. It's right here at home. That's those people who decide who goes to jail and for how long. Those people who decide what and how laws are being enforced. So you've got senators, House of Representatives, judges, all those people, literally like state things like treasurer, secretary of state, all that shit matters. And so all of y'all who want to change how your actual city is set up and who runs it and how it's being governed, this is your opportunity. So read about them. Make educated decisions and vote for your best interest, because that is what they do not want you to do. I digress. I'm finished. I know I went on a rant there a little bit, but it's important.
Yes, it's very important.
So,
vote. Treat every day like it's voting day.
Read your voter pamphlet, okay? All right. That's it.
And vote.
Tell us
be
who's
ratchet.
food you're about to eat, because I need a bite.
Oh my gosh, let me get into it if you want to grab it and show it to the camera.
I am, because these banana leaves are so cute.
Oh
Look at this
my
presentation.
gosh, you better say that. Say it loud, say it proud.
Let me get my Vanna White on.
Oh, lovely here. It looks like we have some desserts
Vanna White
here.
got her bag and never stopped. You know how crazy it is to get one job when you're 18 and never do a different job? Yeah. Vanna White just was like, I'm cute and here's a model and you want me to point at letters? Okay. Now pay me millions of dollars to do that and wear designer dresses every day that I get to keep for free?
I'm into it.
Okay.
It's not a problem for me, coach.
Vanna White is just a bad bitch and we don't talk about her enough, but
she's in her bag and she can't get out.
Honestly.
Wonderful. Anyway, so today the food is provided by Masakin Seattle. They are a Malaysian-based mother and daughter catering team and are having a food pop-up this Saturday at 5 p.m. at Cafe Avo.
Avo?
Avole. There we go. In South Seattle.
Cafe Avole.
Avole.
Yes.
Cafe Avole.
They've fed us before.
Yes, they have. Very good food. Very good food. More information can be found at their Instagram at Masakan Seattle on Instagram. That is Masakan Seattle. And if you don't know how to spell that, I don't know what to tell you.
Well, you just spelled it for them. So.
No, I'm saying if you don't know how to spell Seattle, it's kind of awkward.
Oh, I was like, you spelled it. It's fine.
Yeah, so there's that. But we're gonna try this out.
I don't even know what it is, but it's dessert, and we tried one off air because
it was very
moist, and it's so good. So for anybody else who's West Indian like I am, and so my parents who are listening, whatever this little cake is, it tastes like cassava pone. So I don't know what this is.
I love that name.
But it tastes like pone, and it's so good. Stop it. It's made with like cassava flour and coconut. It's, I don't know.
Cassava pone.
Yeah, cassava pone.
I would like to try the cake.
The green cake?
Yes. Ooh.
Sorry, you got a little ASMR coming y'all's way.
Yeah, because you're a smacker.
I am not.
This is, hold on. It's very fluffy.
Is it? Let me try a bite. Oh, that was a big bite, bitch. Hold on.
I had to get it in my mouth.
I tried to sneak a bite, but damn, bitch, okay.
That's why there's... You just want to eat the food out of my mouth. Well, there is more.
My mom always says a bite in somebody else's hand looks better than one you got.
Yeah, and you always want the food that's in my hand, and I would not like it. Coronavirus.
That's like literally what that's absolutely what I'm saying.
It's very moist. I hate that word.
Good, but there's no other way to describe it.
Wow, and it feels healthy.
Probably it's green, so it can't. It has to be. Anyway, shout out to them. We're gonna get right on with it. To what you call it? Oh, you need some more cake.
I need a little piece. Give me a little piece.
I don't know what you call it is, but y'all know I mean pop culture.
On trend. Know your money, honey. Know your money.
Taste
the green cake. You're not about to have me looking fat out here because I'm gonna do some sit-ups later.
I'm not gonna have you looking fat out here, but we are gonna talk about monogamy. Is that what we was gonna talk about?
Yeah, let's talk about it. I mean, it's a thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it was from the Dead Ass podcast with Kadeen and DeVal. They're a married millennial couple with three kids.
I think so.
Three little boys. So they have a podcast together. Ooh, the smackerini. It's a lot happening. So, man, that cake just melts in your mouth.
I'm gonna try a piece in a second. I'm just stuck with the cassava pone right now. So
I knew you'd be locked up with the
pone.
Yep, the pone.
You good?
Anywho,
you're here. You're
back to me. On to me. I've been sponged down by this cake. So anyway, that's really good. Anyway,
bring your ass back.
Yeah, I'm fine. Anyway, okay. So pretty much, DeVal and Kadeen, they're on their podcast, the Dead Ass podcast. They were talking about why do women push for monogamy? If like sex is gonna be a chore, then why do you push for monogamy?
Right.
Then he goes on to talk about how like his wife, he was like pretty much like you kind of pushed it on me to be like live together. And she was talking
to get married.
To get married, like So she was saying pretty much, I don't want us to live together if we are not married. And so she was saying that like he was kind of saying that she pushed that on him. And so she was like, no. She's like, that was a request that I made. Would you fulfill it? Maybe, maybe not. But she was saying that's what I would like to happen. And so I mean, I don't know. I guess he saw it as pressure. I don't understand.
Okay, so here's what I took from it.
Okay.
Sorry, I messed up.
And the clip, we can repost the clip on our story tomorrow so everybody can see it.
Yes. So, had to handle a little scuffle on my phone. But what DeVal was basically saying was, which I didn't like his tone either. I do really like that podcast, but sometimes I think that he asks questions in order to trip his wife up and then kind of attacks her for it.
He kept saying, why are you avoiding the question? Why are you dodging the question? I'm like, why are you beefing?
Wait, why are you wondering?
Are you mad?
Right. He's so aggressive, but then like how he was asking the question was so aggressive, but then it was very tricky. So he said, right, like you said, if sex is going to be a chore, why do women push monogamy on men? And so she was like, I'm not sure if I, agree with that. I think that we do. And she said like, yes, I asked for us to be monogamous. But she identified, and she has more than once, and she says that if she had known what marriage was really going to be like, she might not have actually pushed for monogamy or pushed for, marriage, whatever it might have been, or that might not have been her original want if she really was prepared or understood what that would entail. And what he was essentially getting at is like, if women don't want monogamy, but then complain when men their husbands or boyfriends are all over them every day or too often for sex, then like, you shouldn't want monogamy if you can't manage the weight of whatever the sexual needs of your partner might be.
But you're not always going to be in the same mood as your partner, which is a thing, So.
The reason, I disagree with the statement in the sense of like, one, like Kadeen said, I didn't push you for anything.
Right.
I asked for monogamy because that's what I want. You don't have to do anything. So if you weren't aligned, you could have said no. Period. She was like, I didn't have a gun to your head. You loved me. You want to be with me. That's what I'm asking you for. That's fine and good. But no one would force you. No one forced you to do anything. So I really did not like his language. Like, why did you ask me monogamous? Because, nigga, I wanted to be monogamous. But if you didn't want to because you wanted to be a hoe, then you should have been a hoe. Don't say that I forced it on you now.
That's what you did in order to get to her.
Period. And that's not my problem.
Yeah. And you got to have the right motivations for these sorts of things. And also, too, like I said, your partner's not always going to be in the same mood as you. And so that does not then give you license to have an immature attitude about it and say, well, then we shouldn't be monogamous since you don't want to give me sex when I want it. And that does not then equal I should be able to go out and have other partners because you do not want to have to sex with me at a particular time.
Precisely.
That should not be your motivation behind
no.
having sex with other people. I'll say that.
Totally.
Not to say that being, polyamorous is immature.
No,
that's not that. But if that's your motivation, then you're wrong.
Absolutely. And I think a lot of it too is like, one, naturally speaking, and this is not a blanket statement about all women or all people anywhere by any means, but very generally, men have the capacity to have sex more frequently, or the urge rather to have sex more frequently than women do. That is just like
those Stab Master 5000s.
Literally,
nothing is happening to them.
Niggas are mad Aggies, so
they're not getting thrashed.
They're around all the time. They can do whatever they want whenever they feel like, because inherently
they are.
For the most part, when I say they're around, I mean like when you're with somebody. Like niggas could absolutely bust down at any time and be fine with it. Boys will absolutely be down for the cause at any time. However, that does not mean that women are always aligned to that. And what the first cue is that you need to be aligned to a partner who has the same type of sex drive as you. Full stop. So let's start there.
Full stop. But sometimes
if you have a partner who is only interested, it does change. But like for the most part, you can get a good feel for how a person values sex in a relationship, right? Or like how they prioritize sex in a relationship. If it is not aligned to yours, it's unlikely that that's something that can shift like drastically over time, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you got to get your bag and go, Chuck.
Right. Like, yes, your sex drive can absolutely change. And that's also what Kadeen's, not in that clip, she didn't say that, but she said it before. Like, at this point, like, I've got 3 kids. I have all these things to do. I have work and all of that. So for men, sometimes y'all have the ability to have all of the shit to do and all these other responsibilities, and it doesn't impact your sex drive. Whereas for women, like, our brains are prioritizing other things. And so the sex drive is like, that could be the last thing on the list. So it's like, by the time I get to that, number 800 thing I have to do today, like, I don't care about that because I'm so fucking tired. And I got to get up at 5 because I got to get all your kids ready and do all the things
and
I'm
I got to wash my face.
Like,
bruh.
Like, relax. I don't think it's about, I think it is a very slippery slope for him to have made a comparison that says, if sex is going to be a chore, it's not a chore. I just have priorities, number 1. And number 2, to say, if sex becomes an issue, then cheating is non-monogamy is like the immediate answer to that, or like it's our responsibility for saying, well, like, I don't know what, like, my life is going to change every single day, every single year. So it's irresponsible to be like, if you're not feeling like having sex all the time here, then like you should just not want a partner.
Yeah, and it's
like,
not black and white
either. Monogamous partner, like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, there's that. That escalated. But I think
he asks really leading questions, and he's often really rude.
Yeah, well, he's not very nice. I'm going to start listening more. But I think it's also not a black and white issue, because pretty much what he's saying, he's doing like this all or nothing type thing.
Yes.
Instead of like, well, communicating with your partner, what can I do to make you be more in the mood, or is there something
Right.
wrong? Like, how can I do to help? Like, you know what I'm saying? Can we be more intimate? Like, all those other, that mushy stuff.
Yeah.
Well, all the stuff, like, do all those sort of things instead of being like, well, I guess we gotta be not monogamous now. Why would you
Right,
even
it's
ask me to
just
marry you?
step
You wasn't
out.
gonna give me sex on Tuesday.
Right.
Man,
Every time you
gotta wait
want
till
it.
Wednesday. Now you don't want to do it on Wednesday. You gotta bathe the kids.
I'm like, yeah.
Now I
look at
gotta
your
get Saturday
kids.
sex, and it's sympathy. So it's a lot. Yeah, so that was a dumb.
I didn't like
I'm
the
not really. It's
statement.
just like you just got a lot going on.
Right.
Go get a fleshlight. It's too much.
Okay, flashlight. I would also just want to put an asterisk on all statements made here. Like, I do think sex is a responsibility of both people in the relationship. So you absolutely should not have a partner who's just like, I'm just not doing it. Like, that's not healthy or realistic.
You gotta
Like, for
understand.
sure, but also like, you've got to understand that women are often not going to be on the exact same page as you, because y'all are always going to be at least 110 steps ahead.
Yeah.
Because y'all are always 110 steps ahead as it pertains to sex. So like,
Right.
cut a
Y'all
bitch
are
some
always
slack.
ready to go.
Right.
Speaking of being ready
Relax.
to go,
Be ready to go.
New Yorker reporter. No, just
Uh-oh.
kidding. Oh boy, got caught masturbating at work on
That's
the Zoom
crazy.
camera. What's
I
his
don't
name?
know how you do that, or what you just don't
Yeah,
okay.
New Yorker suspends Jeffrey Tubin for masturbating on Zoom call. He
Yikes.
got caught yakking his yickety yak, and
Was
woo,
it accidental, or is he like a, what do you call it?
Is he a,
a person who, an exhibitionist who likes people to see?
no, but voyeurism
No,
is.
voyeurism is when you like to watch someone, but I'm saying.
Oh, I thought that's when you like to be watched.
No, you're exposing yourself. That's exhibitionism. When you like to expose yourself to other people. That's
So
why I
you're an
asked, like, did he do it
exhibitionist.
on purpose or not? No, but I actually just like had to Google the difference in those like 2 days ago. So that's
Really?
actually
What
nice.
what interesting that
'Cause I
you had to
didn't
do that.
know.
You didn't know?
I didn't remember which was which, or like, is it the same? So I had to ask Google, bitch. Damn.
Yeah, you learn something new every day. It's great.
Yeah.
No judgment. But
You
anyway,
gotta ask the Googles. I want
Yeah.
it to be accurate.
no, he thought his camera was off.
So it was accidental.
Yeah, it was off,
It's
and
still
he
kinda
thought he was
gross that
off.
we're doing
Yeah,
that, but-
yeah, because he was supposed to be like a part of the Zoom call.
Ew.
Oh, but
Has it ever been that hectic for y'all before?
yeah, has that ever happened?
Like, just had to get after
Has
it?
that ever happened?
Ah,
Oh,
he said
okay.
No comment,
On a
Abdul.
Zoom call?
We're gonna talk about this offline.
We're talking about this offline. I need to. Oh, I don't.
Right.
What?
I don't know if I need
almost
to know,
said
but I need
see
to
this, But
know.
yeah, I need to know the visuals. Anyway.
Ugh.
So anyway, after we're done with our campfire confessions, so essentially, old boy got two of his coworkers thought he got the call hella fast and then tried to call back in like he didn't know what happened, but he was in there pumping iron,
Yikes.
slipping and sliding on that pole, trying to make that thing explode.
Ew.
Right.
Come on, Rhymes.
Yeah, that's a lot. So I've been doing a lot of rapping today.
You
so let's get into
absolutely
it.
have been in my phone on some dumb shit all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. You don't even know my phone number, girl. Anyway, so you want to talk about vulnerability in relationships, or did I leave that on there?
No, I wrote that, but I'm not sure I want to talk about it. So let's talk about J-Lo
Oh, you know, I
first.
don't. You know, what's this, the V word? That is a
Can't
cuss word.
relate to it, but
Okay, so one, I want to shout out some dumb shit before we talk about something that actually matters.
yeah.
J-Lo apparently called herself a Negrita from the Bronx. She called herself a
She what?
she called herself a nigga. So pretty much, so okay,
Negrita.
a Negrita. So she called herself a black girl from the Bronx. She did a song with Colombian singer Maluma. Okay, is that how you say it? Maluma. On their song
Mhm.
"Lonely," Lopez calls herself a black girl from the Bronx. Because what did she say? She said, "Siempre serás tú, Negrita del Bronx," and that translates
Wait,
to
you
"I'll
have to-
always be your black girl from the Bronx."
You did not have
I
to
just
sing
said
it
it
like
right.
that.
Yeah, cool. You see how I wrote my R's? It says, "I'll always be your black girl from the Bronx." I need to say, "I'll always be your black girl from El Tacoma." Tacoma.
I can't.
No
No,
mas.
ew, stop
No
whispering
mas.
the
No
lyrics like
mas. I like uno, dos, tres, she is that though. Hey. But anyway, yeah, so J-Lo, don't do that again. You know you ain't no nigga. And your baby hair sucks. I hate it. Your baby hair is not even baby
Ew,
hair.
It's too gross. Those are bangs.
Yeah, those are
Not the
those are
bangs.
your bangs. and it's stupid, and you didn't use the right gel, and you're
See,
not a black girl from the Bronx.
My problem with J-Lo is
You're
that
Puerto Rican.
I do know that
Puerto
she
Rican?
is, yeah, but I'm pretty sure that
Girl.
she does have some black roots, and she's mentioned it before. But the problem, and can't confirm or deny that. But
What?
the problem is that you have actively separated yourself to say you Puerto Rican and separate this.
She ain't
entire
never said
time.
nothing about being
right.
a
And
nigga.
now you're a black girl from the Bronx. Now
Negrita,
you are?
please.
Right.
Negrita, whatever. Please get
No,
out of here.
You absolutely can't. You can't spend decades making sure you anything
I
but
just
black.
said black, please.
You did say little no, Negrita. I think it means black girl.
Negrita.
Yeah,
I
like
don't like
ITA.
it.
I think it
I
means
don't like
black
it
girl.
because I feel like somebody's calling me a little nigga. I don't
Because
like it.
they are. They absolutely are.
Negrita.
So stupid.
That's enough of that, bro.
But
I'm
no,
sick of
I
it.
was just gonna say you can't separate yourself, and then all of a sudden you want to you claim it now.
Yeah, now you
We
want to
don't
be a
want you.
nigga. You don't want to be a nigga when it's time to be a nigga, nigga.
Right.
What?
Yeah, nigga.
nigga.
Right. We don't
Don't
want
believe me?
you.
Just watch.
We don't want you.
Anyway, so that's a lot of that's our use of the N-word for the month.
Right. We said
So
that.
there's that. So just we'll bleep those out. It's fine.
We literally won't, but
It's fine. Yeah, we won't do that either. But anyway, so don't trust me, I'm a liar.
let's
Anyway,
call that the
let's talk
episode,
about
Negrita
that.
from the block.
Negrita from the block. We should. Oh yeah,
Thanks.
good one.
Thanks.
Oh,
Thanks, brother. So
Wow.
write that down before we forget. Like
Write
last
it
time.
down. Yeah, Negrita.
It's up there. You got it because we surely forgot
Negrita
last
coming
week.
in a
Couldn't remember
Honda.
it. Okay. We've
Anyway,
obviously been here too
All right,
long.
little
We
black
can't do
girl.
this.
Let's get into it. So, okay. So, Talea, our engineer, she is not here
Oh,
with
I
us
forgot
right
about
at this
that.
moment, but she sent us a video in the group chat.
What is that podcast even called? The
I don't
Thing Is?
even.
I think it was
No,
called
no, no,
See
no.
the Thing Is, and they're like now on the Joe Budden like.
That's what their podcast
Network?
is called. I listened to a podcast called The Thing Is.
Yeah, that's what was on their like computer, like the like the stickers. It looked like that's what it was.
Was that Bridget Kelly? See the thing is.
Okay, I was close. I'm like, see,
What was one of the girls Bridget Kelly, right?
I don't know who any of those.
I think it
girls
was like
were. I've
one of
never
the
seen
singer,
them
but like
before.
I guess they're whatever socialites, whatever. I guess, probably famous. Eh.
All right.
But so pretty much they have a show, and there was a snippet of them talking about how women pretty much give license to men to disrespect us because we disrespect ourselves and each other. Is that-
Essentially. Essentially. And where that conversation started was there was this clip. I actually saw the clip going around the internet. So apparently, I think in Miami, there's this place called the Bitch Bar or something like that.
Oh, yep, that's what they
And
started
everybody
with.
wears a shirt that says bitches or things like that.
Yeah.
Whatever. That's essentially the gist of like, that's like the shtick of the restaurant. And I guess when they come and greet you, they'll say like, what's up, bitch? Or like, what do you want, bitch? Whatever. That's like their situation. And this dude went there and was recording himself basically, and he went in there and was really aggressive and pretty much he was gross. I saw the clip and I was uncomfortable when I saw it. Like, niggas ruin everything. He went in there and he was like talking to the waitress really aggressively and was like, bitch, give me my food, and like a bunch of other things. So taking like the theme of the restaurant but putting some real kind of, it was just the whole vibe was off. It was not funny. She ended up saying like, I'm not, like, if you're gonna keep talking to me like that, like, I'm not going to serve you. Like, I'm not doing that. Her manager came over or something like that. And essentially, it was a white woman, and she was kind of trying to get it to, like, just roll off of her back a little bit. But he was pretty insistent, essentially. And then I don't remember what happens the rest of the clip, but I think it's pretty short. But whatever the case may be is, it wasn't cute. He was gross and obviously was doing it for the video. But, like, we're not aligned to that.
Yeah.
And so that was
And
where
also
that started
talking
from.
about the ways in which we align ourselves, again.
Right.
But like when they were talking about that, I was just like, well, it's hard sometimes as far as like when they were talking about them getting opportunities from men versus women. On that part, I was like, okay, I get it, because a lot of times, unfortunately, sometimes women don't always come together. Sometimes that we are like, or not we, but some women are like just trying to get the juice of what you got and not trying to uplift. Like, they're just trying to figure out what you got so that they can take it and put their own spin on it and then talk trash about you behind your back. Or they want to be the mean girls who are putting on women's empowerment events, which happens quite often.
Yes, that, and I would also like to say, like, it's really hard to say yes, I don't think anything that you just said is untrue, but there happens to also just be more men in high places. Like, you're often going to get opportunities from men, particularly in the media industry, particularly in the music industry. There simply are just more men, and so you are going to have to get opportunities from men. I don't think that. So I think both things are happening. I do think that women sometimes, but women are also taught to compete with each other, that we have less opportunity, that there can only be one, whereas men can have fucking free reign of the world of mediocrity and have a bunch of the same niggas doing the same garbage shit every day, make money. And for women, there can only be one. If it's Nicki, it can only be Nicki. It can't be Nicki and Cardi. It can't be, like there's a lot of this dynamic that goes on, but all of the men rappers could be rapping forever and it's fine
about
and good.
Whatever. Yeah.
Right. So I do think that there is inherent kind of competition built into that industry in particular, and I think it's kind of similar in pretty much all of the facets of life too, right? It's hard for women because many women do feel like if another girl gets on, like we can't be on anymore. When, like Sierra said, we do not for what do you call it? Subscribe? Wow, couldn't get that word
to
out.
That school of thought.
Yeah, we're not aligned to that.
Yeah,
but
no,
there are
and
many
it's
women
and
who do
also
that.
too, it's like there's never any excuse to disrespect women, anybody. So it's like saying that we're giving people the ammo to disrespect us. No, I don't care if I've called my friend a bitch, like in joking.
Yeah,
you better not call me one. You saying what's your tone?
Right, I don't like
what's
that.
your tone with it? Like, chill. Like,
she was like, well, if we call
low.
ourselves bitches, then like, why shouldn't they be doing that? Essentially is what she's getting at. And that's the same kind of logic we hear all of our parents say. Like,
yeah, because
everybody
I'm not
says
your
that.
bitch. That's why.
Basically.
What you mean?
And in the video, it's so clear. It's not like he was like joking. He went in there with the intention to be disrespectful and rude. He was not asking about food. He was not doing anything that you would do in a restaurant. He was outright disrespectful. The point or the vitriol with that is like, you came in here to be disrespectful with the word. If I call you bitch, I'm getting ready to tell you the story. Like, I'm getting ready to talk to my friends.
There's a tone. There's a tone that comes with it.
There's a complete different meaning. It's the same argument that we make when we say nigga in conversation to our friends, and you hit me with the hard ER as a white person. It's not the same fucking word. The meaning is not the same. So the logic has to be the same across the board. If
and if you're not my gay guy friend, don't call me no bitch.
First of all, so men don't need to be calling women bitches, period.
Yeah, we're not doing that.
And y'all know that. And it has nothing to do with us. It has nothing to do with what we are doing. Men have a different power dynamic in this space and need to understand that. Like, men also have the capacity to control their language. And we live in a world where it's controlled and dominated by men, and I hope it continues to shift and change from that. But until it does, like, men are responsible for the interactions that they have with women. Men are responsible for the language that they use. It has nothing to do with what I allow, because I do not allow men to talk to me like that. Has it stopped strangers from doing that? No.
Nope.
Has it stopped strangers from doing, or saying, or people that I think
or
do to do that?
Will it stop me from saying anything?
No. Right. So it's like, even if I say I don't allow that doesn't operate, but there are men who will press you and try to do those things even though you don't allow that. So it has nothing to do with me and everything to do with men. And they mentioned that in the show, in the clip they watch as well. Like, there are a lot of men who don't check other men when they do see that. And I will shout that from the rooftops every day.
Right. So with that said, stand down, ass clown.
Right.
Let's go. I'm over that.
Leave us out of it. Y'all,
and I hate when women be saying stuff like that. You're such a pick me. Oh
yeah,
my
it's
gosh.
like they're not gonna like you anymore.
We're giving men, like, don't tell. When people start saying things like we're giving men the opportunity to do da because of what we blah 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 blah. Shut up. You just want to be a pick me to a toxic man that hates women.
For what?
Why? So you can be hated too. You hate yourself. It's too much.
Yeah, we're not really going for that. No.
Get it together.
There's always a pick me living somewhere for something to say she's willing to do whatever, so men will like her.
Pick me's are needed for somebody. It's kind of like just how you gotta have roaches.
Just
sometimes.
Urban Dictionary that.
Like, when you have sugar out, like, you gotta have roaches. So that's kind of what happens with pick-me's. My whole skin started to itch when I said that.
When you said pick me or roaches?
No, roaches.
They
and
got
I was
roaches
like,
that be flying in Mexico.
And
that shit was crazy.
They all make me itch. I felt my skin just
hate it. Look, you got everybody in here scratching.
Right.
Stop
No,
it.
everybody must bathe at once. Well,
I can't. I don't know how long you've been on here, but at least an hour. So maybe we should get off the people them phone. What do you think?
Yeah, we should. And we should also do the local lookout.
I have one. I added one.
Oh my gosh.
I did because I did have to get one. So I had to find a new cleaning situation because we love to pay the people to deep clean the house because there's only so much your girl's willing to do. So I had to find a new cleaning people. I don't know. But shout out to my girl Kia who put me on and gave me a referral to Executive Cleaning LLC, which is here in Seattle. So if
I've
in
actually
Colorado,
used them.
Very sorry. I haven't used them before, but it's Black owned.
Yeah, I used them.
I didn't know, and we love to see it. So I had them clean on Sunday before I came home, or Saturday before I came home, and it was great. They handle residential, commercial. They also can, do events, but they're local and family owned and supremely affordable. When I heard what the cost was, I was like,
yeah, it's really, really affordable.
I said,
pricing.
You did what? They cleaned my fridge, like they deep cleaned the fridge, the oven, steam cleaned the showers. They did all kinds of stuff, cleaned the blinds, all kinds of things for a deep clean for the low. So.
They did such a good job. They should come clean the studio.
Tying up with them hair bow over there, girl. I can't stand it here. All I had to say was that, we love to support people, and I haven't run into another Black-owned cleaning service before, so I was very glad. And I had seen them before but forgot about it, so I'm glad that Kia reminded me and put me on.
Because I told you about them.
Did you?
Oh my gosh,
you probably did. That's like she probably did. I knew about them once she sent it to me. I was like, I've seen this before, except then I couldn't remember.
Yeah,
and
shake
it
my
doesn't
hand.
matter. It has been done though.
Shake
I have
my
given
hand.
them my coin. Ew, what did you put in my hand? One of these gummy bears off the floor.
Go to Executive Cleaning
LLC
on Instagram.
She just put something probably so disgusting in my hand, and I can't even eat it now. It probably came from the.
Not in my bra. You're going to make the gummy bear give me a breast examination?
Yeah, absolutely. We already talked about the mammogram. Anyway, shout out to your local Black cleaners. Reach out to them for all of your needs. I hope you never find it.
You're going to find it in the back of your brow.
I can't. That is all I had to say.
There's really a gummy bear in my shirt.
It is in your shirt, and it's going to stay there because it's his new home. He pay rent there now.
You're dirty. Would you so I can get roaches in my shirt?
Yes, absolutely. The ones that fly, too. We're out of here. I hope it stays.
Out. It's going to get stuck to my
We love to
skin.
see it. Next week, we will talk
I will
how to
sue
vote
you.
and what you need to know about voting, and maybe
Makita's
some other
voting for
things.
Trump.
Ew. Don't
Have a good weekend, guys.
Absolutely.
Have a good week, guys.
I hate it here.
It's been reviewed. It's been revealed.
I fucking can't stand Sierra, you guys. But we're out of here. May the tummies get flatter and the booties get fatter. We're out of here.
Stay classy, you little nasty.
Let me out!